Hello, BB Gangsters. This is Calvin, also known as Homer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice, Turnabout Time Traveler, the DLC for Spirit of Justice, and it's September 22nd, 1:48 p.m. at the Write Anything Agency. What? So the whole time traveling thing was just a ruse put on by the guests at the reception? It's a pretty, crazy outcome, really. Looks like it. I knew there had to be some kind of trick to it. And it's more crazy just because how, really sad it is. You know what I mean? It's like making her feel the way, making her think that way. The time travel would have been less crazy, I think, in that stage. Wow, 2 wedding receptions. Can you imagine? I wonder how much that must have cost them. I mean, technically, yes. If you ask a band to play twice, you know what I mean? If it's twice the food, it's a lot. I have no idea. But if you have to ask, you're not rich enough to want to know. That is actually an old saying, right? I remember in King of the Hill, they're like, he's like, how much is the steak? And the girl at the steakhouse goes, my daddy always said, if you have to ask, you can't afford it. You know what I mean? Which is I guess it is technically, it is true in a way, but still, always find out how much is what you're buying, right? You know, I actually here's the thing, I even if I can afford something, I'll always try to find the best deal. And we should. Today I literally bought some headphones, and I remember legitimately I was on the stall, the fancy ones, they're all the same brand, but the really nice color was €5 more, and I was like, yeah, but the plain black ones are €5 cheaper. Why would I not just get the plain black ones, you know? So I got the plain black ones. Still, if you got the money, it's a pretty good way to cover things up, if you ask me. It's too much money. It's too much affluence. You got that right. I'm sure I would have been completely fooled. Hi, I'm back. Hi, Maya. Oh my god, it's so good to be with Maya once again. Hey, Maya. Are you all set to go? Yep. Ready when you are. So what should we start with? Let's start with reviewing what we learned at the trial. What Ellen thought was time travel was really just a performance put on by the Sprockets. But other than that, it seems that what Ellen told us was actually true. So what really matters right now is the identity of the mystery person Ellen said she saw while she was being attacked. So who is this mystery person? That's the $1,000,000 question, I'm afraid. But if we want to clear Ellen of any suspicion, then figuring out who they are is key. I think I'll take toilets for $200 instead, Mr. Wright. Honestly, though, it's one of those situations where, I'm still so craving Athena getting her own story, which I think, honestly, I don't know if they will. But I think she could get her own trilogy, and it'd be amazing. Well, at least there were only so many people on that airship that night. And we know who the mastermind of the whole cover-up plot was, too, so that's good. You mean the Groon Sorin Sprocket, right? Exactly. He might know something that could help us out. So then what am I doing here? Who's... Larry? I could ask you that same question. Are we asking him some questions about what happened? I'm a very busy man, you know. Well, all the other people involved are in Sorin's family members. Okay, so we did ask him to be here. So I thought I'd better start by interviewing you. Okay. Even if I probably shouldn't trust a word out of your mouth. Oh man. I have a really tight schedule, but heck, what are friends for, right? The smugness. Okay, pal, go ahead and ask me anything. You do remember it was you who came to me in the first place, right? So, what's so interesting about Larry's demeanor here is that, he came very close to being accused of murder, you know what I mean? And he's still acting very smug about it, and he lied so much during that trial, and we had to, literally, drag the truth out of him at some stage. But still, he is, I guess, a valuable witness, the incident. I want to go over exactly what happened before I step outside of this office again. Since you were there, Larry, do you think you could help me get it all straight in my head and please tell the truth? If I gotta. Okay, here we go. Oh, cool. Okay, so the first session was held at 7 p.m. on the day of the incident. That's the one you tried to crash, right? Huh? Oh, yeah, that's right. And then they locked me up in the cabin. It was awful, I tell you. Too bad we're not here to focus on you, Larry. And then the incident occurred after this, the first reception at around 10 p.m. Look at this. Ellen was attacked in the reception hall by Gloonsberry. He forced her onto the Vista deck and was just about to kill her. But Ellie fought back and ended up killing old Gloonsberry instead. To cover up, the family quickly threw together a second reception. That's what Edgy is claiming anyway. But I know my Ellie didn't do it. The key point here is that the mystery person Ellen said she saw strike Bloomsbury just before she passed out. Yeah, this is like the mystery now, isn't it? Who is this mystery person? Did you see anyone suspicious skulking around that day? No, not a soul. Because I was locked up in the cabin at the time. But you managed to escape and sneak back into the reception hall. That's when you switched the lantern in the event hall with the lantern in the hold, right? Did you see anybody then? Nope, the place was completely deserted. I guess that's because Pierce the butler guy had everyone gathered together somewhere. That makes sense. He must have been going over the cover-up plan with them. So clearly the mother had murdered. Clearly the murder had already happened by the time Larry got out. They must have gotten everything ready fast and had the second reception soon after that. Then after the second reception, Ellie went to clean out the reception hall. And as luck would have it, that's when she found the body in the lantern I'd brought up. I tried to do something nice for Ellie out of the goodness of my heart, and this happened. Again, he always revolves around back to being about him in a way, right? We still don't know exactly what happened during the actual murder itself. We'll just have to look into it along with the identity of the mystery person. Yeah. So we have a bit of a timeline. We have we know there is a mystery person around here. We kind of went over the idea of when it happened. It happened, obviously before the second reception. Sorin says it, or at least Pierce says it happened because Sorin didn't want Ellie to feel bad, which is crazy, but still, that's what they're going with. It's crazy just because it's so insane to think about doing a second reception to make someone think they time traveled, Yeah, the cabin. So while the murder was taking place, you were locked up in a cabin. Did you see anything unusual while you were in there? In the cabin? Let's see. Well, there was that pterodactyl flying through the sky. That's pretty unusual. Yeah, that's also pretty crazy. I still think it was probably this. See the thing there? That would make sense. The machine hanging above their heads. It's shaped like a pterodactyl, you know what I mean? And you would think it was from maybe the side, so maybe that was hanging around the ship in some way. Yeah. Oh, right. That drawing of the pterodactyl you saw. What's with all the air quotes? I really didn't see this. I really didn't see it, I swear. But Larry, the time travel thing never actually happened. I think it was. I think it maybe could be that freaking thing in the hold or whatever, which means you couldn't have seen a real pterodactyl flying through the sky. Oh, are you doubting the eye of a super popular picture book author? No, I'm just sure you saw something else and mistook that for a flying reptile. Nick, you're making me doubt my own eyes. Nah, I'm not even sure what I saw. Larry's drawing updated in the court record. Either way, you have no idea what actually happened at the real scene of the murder? That's right. And I can say that with every confidence. Oh wow, would you look at the time? I better go. I have a book signing to get to. You have a book signing? Whose book? Oh, Phoenix, that's awful. Asking an author whose book it is. Who do you think? That's mine, of course. Loris Duinum book signing. Duinum, that's a name we know, right? Loris Duinum. I bet you went around and begged a bunch of bookstores to let you do one. Of course not. They're the ones coming around to beg me. Maybe it's just what he already called himself, but I think the name Duinum reminds me of something. Looks like I guessed right. The thing is with book signings, you can legitimately, especially local bookstores will do book signings, because I don't think it especially if it's a smaller bookstore where they only get 2 people in there sometimes, maybe every 30 minutes, even less sometimes. A lot of them will do book signings for smaller books, because even 10 extra people coming in that day to buy a book or to come into the store is actually good publicity. But in Larry's case, I think they're trying to imply that maybe nobody's actually going to come to this. Anyway, I have to go. I'll send you 10 copies of my new book that just got released the other day, all right? I'll take 1 copy. 10? That's very generous of you. What are you talking about? I'm going to send you the bill too. Oh, that's why. That's why. Just put him down as an office expense or something. We'll see ya. Wait, Larry, we don't need... He's gone. I'll take a copy, boss. Oh, and make sure it's signed. Why do you want a Larry Butz signed copy of a book, Athena? Oh boy, Trucy's not gonna like this office expense. I love that Trucy is managing the office. And she's gonna be upset about this price as well. Athena's so supportive. There goes our first lead. What do you want to tackle next, Nick? Right, we should really hit the streets now, huh? How about we go see Ellen? Sounds good, boss. I bet I can cheer her up. I thought you were going to help Trucy with her magic show again today, Athena. Oh, see, here's the sacrifice we're making, right? I don't think we're going to have Athena with us on this journey. So what we're getting is like Phoenix and Maya, which is perfect. I love having Phoenix and Maya, but they're coming up with reasons again and again why Athena wouldn't be coming with us, because of course, like it would just make sense. Athena would come with us, right? She is a lawyer herself. She's won cases herself. She's trained under both us and Simon Blackwell. It would make sense, but obviously, like, you know, this is a Maya and Phoenix very much like Requiem journey, like it's the reunion, you know? Weren't you supposed to go meet her right by now? She's trying to get out of it for sure. Trucy said she was going to practice her new trick on you, if I recall. On me? Really? Trucy shows an important source of income for our agency, you know? Jesus. You can leave the case to us, so you go ahead and run along now. But boss... Off you go, Athena. That's crazy. No, I don't want to die. We better get going too, Maya. Okay. This is our gal. So we're going to be heading to the detention center to see Ellen. I think it is very funny that they're giving reasons for Athena to not be with us. Again, if it was Athena and Phoenix, it would be great. But I think that like what they're going for this time around is the reunion. I think they're going for the kind of like it's nostalgia, but it works. It's nostalgia, but it makes sense, right? That's what they're going for this time. Oh, she's already cleaning. I feel so bad for her, man. I might just like try and like see if I can get an execution order for the entire Sprocket family. September 22nd, detention center, visitors room. Oh, my poor sweet Sorin. I wonder how he's getting along without me. Hello, Ellen. Oh, Mr. Wright, what's going to happen with the trial, do you think? Well, first and foremost, we have to hurry up and find this mystery person you saw just before you passed out. Yeah, that's the main thing. An iron? Do you think a person could be the real killer? It's quite possible. If we can prove that, we can clear clear you of all charges. Actually, would you happen to know where Sorin is right now? He's usually busy with meetings all afternoon, but he should be home by evening. Oh, clean underpants. That's nice. Thank you. I think I better go have a chat with him later then. Why am I being treated to a view of someone's underwear? I mean, they're pristine. They're very pristine and nice and clean. Mr. Wright, don't tell me. You suspect my sweet Sorin. Honestly, Ellen, it's not about suspecting him. It's he has a big part in all of this. Well, he is the one who masterminded the second reception after the time skip. So I thought he might be able to tell us something. So that's interesting that Ellen just knows about this, and because I thought like we'd see a reaction from her in some way. You know what I mean? Like a big like moment from her, because she was in the courtroom. How could you, Mr. Wright? You can't possibly think my sword would never kill anyone. So has she just accepted it's not time travel anymore? Or has she just, or how she, I guess she's coming to terms with this by saying like, hey, I still love Sorin. All right, just calm down. No, not if you're accusing my Sorin. Please, I'm not accusing anyone, so please put the pan and ladle down, all right? Really? Cross my heart. So for now, would you mind if I ask you a few more things about the case? I better be careful not to provoke her. Man, again, as I said, makeup and hair is an art form. And she I think her like kind of messier hair they're trying to say is messier looks really cool too. But Ellen is a magician artist. That sounds like I'm saying like she did miracle works on her face. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that like to do any form of makeup and do a new style in that quick of an amount of time is insane. Let's talk about Sorin. Could you tell me about Sorin? There's nothing to tell. He's squeaky clean. All right. Okay. Maybe I should avoid the topic of Sorin right now. Let's talk about something else then. Fine, but you won't hear a peep out of me about Sorin. Talk about pulling teeth. So, nothing about Sorin. She loves Sorin to death, and she even said he was like a knight in shining armor. So let's talk about Pierce then. Could you tell me about Pierce Nicody then? Pierce, he came to Sprocket Manor only a year ago? As the family butler, he's now in charge of everything in the household. A year ago, and to be that dedicated to the family. I would have thought he was like with the family for a decade. Only a year ago? Did he have some kind of special connection with the family? That's what I'm saying. Like, he's so dedicated. I'm just a maid, so I'm not privy to such things, I'm afraid. Here's the thing. This is my big problem with this family. Her saying, like, I'm only a maid. First of all, saying only a maid, like, Jesus Christ. If it's only a maid, then everyone, like, and it's easy to do, then, you know, the people who own the house should clean the house then, you know? Second of all, like, you're marrying the heir to the entire fortune, or the company. Like, you should have a bit of a partnership in there, you know? It might have been Sorin's order, but Pierce is the one who coordinated the whole thing. He's the one who really orchestrated the grand time travel farce. He must have quite a bit of authority in that family. But no matter how good he is at his job, how could anyone gain that much influence in a single year? That's what I'm saying. He feels like Alfred already. Like, not Alfred in, like, you know, morals or anything like that, but Alfred in kind of like how Alfred will do anything to protect Bruce. You know what I mean? He will do anything. I really don't know. I mean, he is an excellent butler. Wouldn't that explain it? Is it really as simple as that? I don't know. This is so interesting. Like, it's actually such a great character writing to have all around. To have a character now that, like, is so dedicated to the Sprocket family, but he's only been there a year. Instantly interesting. Why is that? How he has so much influence. Sorin. She won't talk about Sorin because she loves him so much. And so we don't even get, like, any tiny bit of his information out of her. Again, it's so interesting. Even after, like, him orchestrating this, she sees it more as just like a nice thing, I guess. And he's still a sweetheart. Honestly, here's the thing, like, you know, I'm not married. I'm not married myself, but I do know that, like, if my mother found out that my dad orchestrated something and lied to her, even if it was, like, nice, like, in a way that's like, but, like, this isn't even nice. This is kind of like, his intention was nice. I think my mother would go crazy. You know what I mean? But I think in this case, she's so in love with this dude that it's like, all she can see is like, that was just a nice thing to do, you know? And again, I'm not saying that Sorin doesn't see it as a nice thing to do. I'm not saying Sorin is right in his mind either. I'm just saying, like, what I see it as, I guess. Yeah. Time travel. What you thought was time travel was really just a cover-up carried out by your in-laws. Okay, here we're going to hear what she thinks about it now. Pierce said Sorin was the one who ordered the whole thing. I still can't believe it. Even if the second reception was fake. Someone would never use time travel or something like that. He's very serious about time machine research, you know? So she's saying that, like, she doesn't believe it fully. Okay, that would make sense why we didn't get a massive reaction. Is that what she's saying? Yeah, she can't believe it. Because why would he's so serious about the idea of time travel. I heard there's a reason he's researching time machines, actually. Something about something he wishes he could change? Probably to do with his sister, isn't it? I'd say it's to do with his sister. Man. But isn't the whole idea of traveling back in time itself a little fantastic? I don't think so. After all, Sorin said real time travelers do exist. Really now? You think you know someone who actually time traveled, who traveled through time? That's right. I haven't seen it personally, but Sorin said as much. So I believe it. Somebody who actually traveled through time, huh? It's pretty hard to believe. Thank you, Ellen. You're going to do your investigation now, aren't you? Yes, that's right. So we have Sorin. Sorin believes in time travel. Ellen still believes it could be time travel. So we're not ruling out the idea that time travel exists yet because there's still, like, a belief here from Sorin and Ellen that time travel exists. I mean, I wonder how this is gonna play out with that. Because if he knows someone who traveled through time, talking to them might be interesting at the very least. Please make sure you don't cause Sorin any trouble, okay? She adores this man. She adores this man greatly. And again, like, I'm not trying to deny their love whenever I say, like, what he did was kind of wrong. It is wrong what he did. It is wrong what he did. But he did it, and I can understand why she sees it like he did it for me. He did it for, like, to protect me. But it's not like it's intentionally cruel. It's just one of those things that, like, you should be, like, weary of doing something like that to anybody. Lying to people is not ever going to be It can, as we said it before, but like white lies and stuff like this, like and stuff like that happened before. It can be, because even though like when you get older, that doesn't really happen. In my opinion, like white lies don't really happen that often. Like maybe 1% of like your whole life, but like this isn't just a white lie. This is a huge thing. I'm afraid I can't promise you. Yeah, we're gonna cause everyone trouble. That's our job. What? Oh my god. Ellen, we have to get you free, we have to cause everyone a bit of trouble. That's what we do. Please, whatever you do, please don't upset my poor Sorin any further. Ellen, here's the problem. You're the one behind bars. And I understand you love Sorin. I understand Sorin loves you. But to get to the bottom of this, like, it happens all the time. To get to the bottom of this, we have to push and push and push and push and push. We have to. I'm begging you. I'll do my best to not cause him any unnecessary trouble. Because I know that Sorin has gone through a lot. I know that Sorin has, like, gone through a lot in his life. But we will have to push. Well, I couldn't bear it if someone ever came under suspicion. I'd rather be found guilty myself. Yikes. Ellen, please don't work yourself up like this. You don't want Sorin to worry, do you? The powder. No, you're right. And the floodwaters recede once more. Yeah, and the thing is though, like as well, it's like she's such an expressive character and such an emotional character, and that's not a bad thing. It's just the thing. I think that makes me so upset about Ellen is that like, it's very clear she has so much love, and it's very clear that she's so caring, and that manifests so much as like these tears that are flowing, her compulsions that she has. Like, I just want to do right by her. I really do. I really do. So what do we do now, Nick? Well, Ellen said Sorin is usually in meetings until evening, so let's save our house call until then. Why don't we go to the mooring dock and figure out our next move from there? Okay, fair enough. Roger, Nick. Yeah, like, I think this is like for a DLC case. The pacing is quite fast so far. It definitely is. I think it's way faster than you would have in another case, but that's because it's a DLC case. I also think so far that the character writing has been really good for like a short separated case. I think, the other short separated cases I feel like, the one we had with the tornado family stuff was really, really interesting too. I like when they do like separated stuff that like, but even like the tornado case had a thing with Nayuta that was kind of like added to the story of Apollo and Nayuta. So there was still a little bit there, but it's always interesting to see them do like isolated stories here, and we rarely get it, because again, even like with other games, you don't usually get like these type of DLC cases. Even the last DLC case felt like it was like part of the main plot in a way, because it was on the same timeline before everything went down. And I think even like was Bobby Fulbright still part of that too? I guess so. Maybe. But yeah, it's interesting. I quite like the separated story, and I like that they're doing such a great job at like creating characters that I'm actually interested in finding out a lot about, even in this kind of separated section. And again, people will say, well, Calvin, that happens all the time with these stories. 10%. But I'm talking about like, I think when you're doing like the main timeline of an Ace Attorney game, I think you're more in the mindset of like, when you're done trial 1, you've done trial 2, and you're meeting all these new characters, of course they're going to be like really, really strong characters because it's Ace Attorney. But having an entire separated case that doesn't even like, lead into like case 4 or case 2, you know what I mean? It's like outside the timeline of like that main story of the game in some ways. To me, that is much harder to do because you don't have the same commitment to the ongoing story in the background. Like, where is Apollo? What's happening with Maya? I hope that Phoenix is okay in Korean. There's all that stuff in the background of like what's happening there. Here is a separate thing altogether, So I think they're doing a very fantastic job of making these characters care about the characters, care about the story, and actually care about a conclusion here, and care about the minute-to-minute conversations as well, without having it be part of like a main timeline of a game, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I think it probably makes sense. September 22nd, Sprocket Park, mooring dock. Should we, so where should we start? Let's see. Are there any places we haven't examined yet? We're already investigated the reception. Hall and Sprocket Manor. I know, we haven't looked at the Vista deck or the hold yet. That's true. You're right, we still got some pretty important places still left to examine, don't we? The Vista deck is actually the scene of the murder, right? And the lantern with the body in it is stored in the hold. I think there's a good chance we'll find some important clues in those locations. Do you know how to get to the hold? Good question. I think this is labeled in the diagram of the airship in this pamphlet. There it is. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go. So, I wanted to say this to put a pin in the conversation we had earlier about like how it's really difficult to do a case like this where like you're outside the main game and still make it really interesting and the characters really, really fun to talk to and interesting. I didn't mean to make it sound like I was saying that the main game is not as easier to do than this, because I think they both have their challenges, and I think like it's not easy to do what they did with that Karain storyline, to do with the Nayuta storyline, like how they did that overarching thing in the background with Rayfa and Nayuta, and you know, is Phoenix okay in Karain all this time, like even with doing separate cases. So I think they both have their like, you know, challenges and difficulties, and they do a really good job with all of them, if you know what I mean. And when I say challenges, I just mean like we take Ace Attorney sometimes for granted, but they do such a good job with character writing and story writing that sometimes if you stop to think about it, for me that's happening right now where I'm stopping to think about it, I'm like, it's super impressive what they're able to do in such a short amount of time, and it's like with a full space and a full 5-act arc of all these cases with different characters in each case, with a like sometimes an overarching feeling to it, and then also have cases like this, have a case like this that's completely separate. I think it just shows how strong the character writing is in Ace Attorney, that like within a few hours we can get attached to a character like Ellen, just like we did get attached to a character like Bonnie, for example, right? Bonnie was the nice one, right? Yeah, you get like attached to the idea of these characters very early on. Or Unedo is a good example. Unedo is a good example, I think, of a character you get really attached to. And it just goes to show how good the character writing is in both sides, this DLC case and the main game, I think, 100%. Let's go to the hold. Just want to praise it. Just want to praise how difficult it is to make good characters like this, and how they do it so well, and how they do the writing so well. But I think it's not us taking it for granted. We just sometimes, they make it look easy, 100%. So September 22nd, Flying Chapel hold. So this is the hold. This is where Pierce orchestrated the whole cover-up operation. We better go over this place with a fine-tooth comb. Hey, Nick. Weren't we supposed to need a key card to get in here? You're right. I wonder why it was unlocked. How's it going, Mr. Wright? Who's this? Ah, Emma's here. That would make sense. Emma, what are you doing here? Just a little independent investigating for my own sake. Gotta keep the mind sharp. So the door security system was turned off for the police investigation. We'd like to investigate the hold ourselves. Would that be all right? Sure. The police just finished their examination anyway. Thanks. We'll just take a quick look around then. Oh, right. You should know that the floor doubles as a huge lift. You can use that lever to way back there to raise up to the Vista deck. The police inspected already, but didn't find anything in particular interest, it seems. If you go up to the Vista deck with the lift, be careful not to fall off. Got it, thanks. That goes double for you, Maya. Yes, ma'am. What? Well, let's get this show on the road. I love that, like, you know, she's like over maybe more protective of Maya than she is with us, I guess. That's for, I mean, I not that I think that you wouldn't be protective of Phoenix, but like, I think it definitely is a thing where like everyone loves Maya for sure, you know. Not that everyone doesn't like Phoenix, but I think Phoenix gets a lot of guff, but no one's going to give guff to Maya. At least not many people. Let's talk to her about this, the incident. It's so great to see Emma, though, as usual. Any progress with your investigation? Nothing conclusive yet, I'm afraid. Almost everybody was involved with the cover-up. So it's hard to know who or what to believe. I know what you mean. Unless you have some compelling evidence, I'm afraid it's going to be tough to trial for you. You're telling me. There isn't much time left, so I've just got to make do and see what I can turn up. Yeah, we have to do a lot here, 110%. We got lucky. I wouldn't say it's luck, but we did get lucky in a way that, like, both sides basically were backed up of what they believed to be liars. One person believed time travel, the other person lied about the whole reception. So we were very lucky that it clashed where the judge couldn't give either of our witnesses. Ellen is technically ours, and theirs is Pierce's, I guess, for their side. We basically got to a stage where, like, both sides had, in their view, liars. Even though Ellen wasn't lying because she didn't think she was lying, you know. It was an unintentional lack of truth, I guess. We were very lucky. There's the flowers that was in his hands. These are the flowers we saw in Larry's photo. The petals make them look like little gears. The perfect flower for the Sprocket family, huh? Maybe they're going to shower the couple with petals? You mean the kind of like how people throw rice and confetti? Yeah, like that. Only these are found at the scene of the murder instead. Man, I always love like cutlery and silverware. I think it looks so cool sometimes. It's not weird because I always like used to love stationery like pencils and pens and paper clips. And apparently that's like a universal thing. People are just like, yeah, I love the idea of like new stationery. You know what I mean? New paper, new books, new copybooks. That always used to like really like make me happy. Not because it's like, yay, copybook, but there's like something like, it makes you feel organized, right? It makes you feel super organized, you know, even if you're not organized, you know, having like a folder for a bit, even if it gets messy out, like, you know, or it gets ripped like 3 months into the year, it's like, at least it makes you feel like organized for a bit, you know? These must be dishes and glasses they use for receptions. Very fancy. I bet we'd be in big trouble if we broke any of them. Oh, I want to see Nick. You, young lady, need to stay far away from them. Nick, you think I'm going to break them, don't you? Let's just say your rap sheet for breaking things doesn't help your case. Let her break things. I don't get it. God forbid a woman have freaking hobbies. Like, come on, let her have a hobby. Let her have a hobby. You know what I mean? Phoenix's hobby is arguing with Edgeworth. Maya's hobby is breaking things. Like, let people be free. So this is the airship's engine. It's pretty impressive. And it's all rhythmic like a heartbeat. The little heart of the flying chapel. Look at all those huge gears spinning around and around. And around and around. I think I'm starting to get dizzy. Yeah, it's honestly though, like what was it like that made me dizzy recently? I was like playing a game and like, I think it was for the channel and I was like moving around really fast and I usually, because when I talk sometimes I move around. I ended up like making myself dizzy. Yeah, me too. Yeah, as you should. Support her. You both get dizzy together. None of that, oh, you're getting dizzy? You're both dizzy. Let her have hobbies. Let her break this. Maya, go for it. Kick it. Oh, look. There's the lever to the lift Emma told us about. Let's try going up on it. I'll go flip the switch. Here goes nothing. Wait, I'm not even on it yet. Oh, wow. Blood. Blood. Maya, you genius. There's blood. Hey, Maya, stop the lift. That is so well done. That is so well done. Oops, sorry, I got a little carried away. Because you know what they're doing here? They're using Maya's personality and tendencies to want to like touch things and move things and move things around. She does this all the time. And what they use to their advantage here with that is the fact that like we know that she would do this. We know that's her personality. And her doing something just kind of like drastically and randomly is very Maya. It makes sense. And then it slowly unveils the bloodstain. That's so well done. Never mind that. Move over a little. Okay. Is that blood? We have found blood. Blood, let me see. Could it be Mr. Gloomsbury's blood? Well, this lift goes up to the Vista deck where the murder took place, so I think that's the most logical conclusion. But I thought the victim was clubbed to death. And that there wasn't much blood. Something tells me I better take a picture of this. Lift bloodstain added to the court record. I should ask Emma about it some more later. Maya, can you bring the lift back down now? You got it. I'll go flip the switch again. It's a huge find. It is a huge find. Done. I want to find out some more about the bloodstain. But for now, I guess we should go up to the Vista deck and take a look around the actual crime scene for ourselves. The view must be great from up there. I bet it'd be awesome. You mean it would be if it wasn't the scene of a murder? Okay, to the Vista deck we go. Make sure you actually get on the lift this time, Nick. I know. You know, she's right. Okay, I'll just flip the switch again and away we go. So there's more stuff to look at down here, but I guess they're saying, hey, we looked at enough. Because I was going to look at the pterodactyl and stuff. Man, great animations here. I know it's something so simple, but like I guess for Ace Attorney, like they've gotten better with their animations as time has gone on. You know? Wow, look at the gorgeous view. So this is where Ellen was attacked. Mr. Bloomsbury was killed. The air around here as well, you can feel it. Yeesh, one wrong step and it's kersplat on the ground below. Should we go investigate this stuff that's a little closer to the edge? Well, I don't see much of anything over there. The police investigation didn't turn up any clues either, so maybe we don't need to. Oh, I get it. You're scared, aren't you, Nick? Of course not. Come on, let's go back down and finish checking out the holds. We're going back down again? I guess, you know, fair enough. Poor Phoenix, afraid of heights. I mean, I am too. I definitely am too. So I can't say much. I guess, yeah, because it made sense because like we didn't get to look at the hold fully as well. But yeah, I'm deathly afraid of heights, so I can relate. It's a cake, Nick. A cake. It's so big they wouldn't miss on a little piece of would they? Take some. If you're that in the mood for a mouthful of styrofoam, oh yeah, it's part of it's fake, isn't it? I forgot they do that with some wedding cakes. Knock yourself out. You mean it's not real? Well, it sure fooled me. I was so ready to have some that I'm really craving cake. Did they do it at all weddings? I've only been in like 4 weddings, but I never really like had cake at the wedding. So I wonder if it is like a thing where it's like only one part is real. Come on, Nick. Let's go get some. Maybe after the trial is over. Because I remember like Cake Boss would have real cakes, right? Huh? Is that fingerprints? Looks like there's some fingerprints on the candelabra. Yeah, I just got done dusting that. I was able to pull a set of left hand prints. Do you know whose prints they are? Yes, the prints belong to the victim, Dumas Gloomsbury. I just figured out something amazing. You did? Get this. If the fingerprints on the candelabra were from his left hand, then Mr. Doom and Gloom must have been left-handed. What do you think of that? Do I have the makings of a great detective or what? You always did. You always did. You're a real silly Sally if you thought that deduction was any way of encyclopedic. Hey, Your Honor, we're striking that line from Phoenix from the record. Hey, you're pretty good, Maya. I looked into it myself and sure enough, the victim was really left-handed. Really? I got it right? Awesome. Good for you, Maya. Yeah, well done. Well done, Maya. Good for you. That's all you gotta say. Let a detective have hobbies where she breaks stuff and finds stuff out. I think you did a real great job, Maya. Way to go. I guess one can never have too much info. Now you're talking. Come to think of it, this candelabra isn't in the photo Larry took at the hold, is it? The picture was taken when they were getting ready for the first reception, right? The candelabra must have been brought in here sometime after that then. It's still possible that it has something to do with the incident, though. I better add it to the evidence file just in case. Yeah, why not? The candelabra from the hold bearing fingerprints from Gloomsbury's left hand, which is his dominant hand. It's one of those situations where like this is going to come up somehow, right? Somehow. Oh, by the way, Mr. Wright, you can have this fingerprint powder if you'd like. You're giving this to us? Sure. I have 4 other sets. Of course you do. Of course you do. Thanks. I feel like there's something more to the candelabra, but I can't put my finger on it. Oh, nice expression. Should we dust it or something? Do you think? There's so much evidence for this DLC case. I guess not. Or maybe we should... Because it has this over it as well. I wonder if the candelabras like, what are you looking to buy some? I was just thinking they'd be perfect for the altar candles in the channeling chamber at home. They might class up the place a little bit. I don't know. I can't really see them fitting in with the vibe of Crane Village. So then we have this. Oh, look, Nick. It's an airplane. I wonder if Sorin built that one too. Hey, why don't we take it for a spin? Just a quick tour around the neighborhood. And who do you propose is going to pilot that wooden death trap? Me, of course. Who else? Don't worry. I've seen people fly airplanes on TV plenty of times. I think I'll pass. I still got my whole life ahead of me. I would let Maya fly me around the place. I'll just be honest with you guys. Maya, get in the pterodactyl. But they called it a plane. You know what's so funny? The reason I thought this could be the pterodactyl, obviously this is not a head. But you know what I mean? It's the wings that look very pterodactyl-like. you know, for sure. But you could totally like imagine that's a pterodactyl head, but then you'd have to have this part too. But I guess like a pterodactyl also, but the way he drew it was very like prehistoric, wasn't it? Do we not have the drawing on us? Yeah, we do. Yeah, but you could imagine it, right? For sure. There's a bell. What's that? A wedding bell? According to the pamphlet, it's used on the Vista deck during wedding ceremonies to bless the newlyweds. I guess they disassemble and store it away here in the hold when it's not being used. I guess so. And there's the moose. So there are 2 male peggable lanterns in the reception hall. That must mean that these 2 are female peg-a-cow lanterns. Larry got their sexes mixed up when he replaced the one in the reception hall, huh? Didn't see the horns. The difference is pretty glaring if you ask me. And yet he managed to not notice. That's what makes Larry Larry. And Larry being Larry is why I've seen more than my fair share of trouble in for a lifetime. I knew what he was going to say. I knew he was going to say something along these lines. He is a big troublemaker for Phoenix, 110%. But he adds like a little bit of chaos to the game sometimes, right? Oh, Mr. Wright? You know that lantern the victim was found inside of the reception hall? I'm just about to piece it back together so the police can examine it. Oh, really? Okay. Okay. We'll stop by for a look once you're done fixing it. I mean, honestly, like, you know, that would be pretty useful, I guess, in some ways. Like, again, it's one of those things where I can't think of why it would be useful now. I guess it's just to see what it would look like, I guess, before it broke. Maybe. Because, like, other than that, it's like one of those situations where, like, just like most things in evidence that we don't know what they are, usually we find out how useful they are afterwards, right? Like, because even like say the candelabra, for example, right now I'm like, how's that going to come up? I wonder. There it is, candelabra. Oh, so that's how okay, great stuff. But like then it's like you get a piece of evidence, like say like something like a candelabra, and then like you later on you're like, oh, the candelabra, you know, that's that moment that always happens. Emma, can we check on this candelabra a little more? A little more? What do you? Oops, what happened? I almost dropped the candelabra and the candle slipped off. Well, let's be careful with that. It might be important evidence. Wait a minute. Now what? One of the pins that holds in the candle is broken. It is. Is that going to be important? There was definitely something fishy about this candelabra, is there? There is? What makes you say that? Yeah. Call a forensic investigator's intuition. Okay, we'll trust you. We already dusted for prints earlier. So let's test it with the luminol this time. Oh, to see if there's blood in it. Okay. Knowing Emma, she'd use every test she has at the same time if she could. That's the thing, though. It's great to have someone with such passion for this type of stuff that actually helps us out so much, you know? Just hang on. This will only take a second. I hope this turns up a new lead somehow. Well, Emma, did you find anything? Take a look at this, Mr. Wright. Whoa. There's so much blood. What the hell? There's so much blood. The candelabra from the hold-bearing fingertips from Bloomsbury dominant hand traces of blood were found, or is it just one side is traces? The one that has the red on the right side? Maybe somebody got hurt while they were setting up for the reception. No, there has to be something to this then. Like maybe it was used as some weapon of some kind? These pins are pretty sharp. But if one of the pins is broken, it means there was some force involved. Do you think maybe someone got stabbed? But nobody reported anything like that. That's quite a bit of blood. I wonder whose it is. If I had anything that might shed some light in that, I should probably show it to Emma. Do we have something that we can shed some light on whose blood that could be? This? But she saw this though, right? Yeah. Doesn't something about it strike you as odd? What's odd about the victim's blood? That's not exactly... There's just something about it that bothers me. Now that you mention it, I can't say I necessarily disagree with you. Maybe I should talk about this some more with her. That's perfect. Okay, so it's the bloodstain that we have to talk about. Yeah, she did see the bloodstain, but we're saying that maybe it's related to the candelabra in some way. About this bloodstain, what about it? There's something about it that's been bothering me. Oh yeah, what's that? Well, there's a huge bloodstain on the crime scene lift and the bloodstained candelabra. Now, it's only a guess, but I'm thinking maybe these bloodstains are from the same source. Can we have them tested? I'm thinking maybe these two bloodstains are from the same source. I guess that is a possibility. Yeah, can we get it tested in some way? Can we compare the two bloodstains? Would that take a lot of time? Are you kidding? Don't underestimate the power of science. She's so excited to do this. And honestly, that makes it makes a lot of sense. It's awesome to see how excited she's about it. It'll be done in a jiffy. And the results are in. That didn't take long now, did it? It seems that the blood from the lift and the candelabra are from the same person. Perfect. Not perfect, it's awful. But you know what I mean, perfect for us. Lift bloodstain updated in the court record. Candelabra updated in the court record. Well, the victim was clubbed to death and there wasn't all that much blood. But if this isn't if this isn't Mr. Gloomsbury blood, well, that's just a guess, but what if Mr. Gloomsbury stabbed somebody with the candelabra? An interesting assertion. That would explain both the huge bloodstains on the lift and the blood in the candelabra. That's an interesting assertion from Phoenix, right? Oh my goodness, if that's true, then that means there was somebody else present at the scene of the murder. And it could be the other person. Remember the other person that struck the victim? It does, doesn't it? This just might be substantiate Ellen's statement about the third person. Emma, could you have this blood analyzed? Sure thing. A mysterious bloodstain on the candelabra with the victim's prints on it. This just might be the thing to back up Ellen's memory of seeing a third person. Next up, the reception hall. It might be worth taking another look around in there. So we're actually getting a good, and there's no doubt in my mind that I believed Ellen, but it's a good thing to get the evidence to actually back up what she's saying, right? It's a really good thing. The reception hall, the forensic team is in there investigating right now. Oh, they are? Well, we don't have time to just sit around, so let's go check out something else. Good idea. We could go question some people, especially Sorin. I have quite a few questions for that guy, yes. Sounds good, Nick. Off to do some legwork then? Yep. I thought we'd head to Sorin's house for starters. He was accompanying the police on their investigation here earlier, but he's probably home by now. Great. Thanks. Later, Emma. So awesome stuff here from Emma. Of course, her excitement is always infectious, and she always makes the actual investigations, I feel like, flow really well because her willingness to do anything for the case. There's not always a lot of resistance because it makes sense for a character to want to do this stuff. But now we're thinking there's a possibility that there could have been another person at this the murder scene that also was maybe that's there, because they said here, didn't they? It said that it's not a mysterious bloodstain. Yeah. What was the actual statement? It is yeah. No, it's just pure and simple. It isn't his blood. It isn't his blood. So it helps Ellen's case out quite a bit, and that's what we want. That's definitely what we want. September 22nd. Sprocket Manor. Foyer. I still can't get over how gorgeous Sprocket Manor is. Just don't touch anything. She can touch whatever she wants. It's rich people stuff. They won't even know what's gone. Take something if you want, Maya. I wasn't going to. Maya, you can do whatever you want. See that couch over there? If you want to bring it home, we'll bring it home. Tell the lady to get off it. Tell the man to get off it. Take the couches. She was definitely going to. And that's her right. Look up the law. Can everyone get the book of laws or whatever they call it? Call the police right now and say, is it a crime for Maya to pick up a couch and leave? Is it a crime for Maya to break something? No. It's not. The police will say, oh, can't she have hobbies? I was told I'd guess. Sorin. Thanks for seeing us, Sorin. We know you're busy. We'd like to ask you a few questions about the case if you wouldn't mind. He's still very much in his own world, isn't he? Sorin? You're Ellen's lawyer, right? Yes, that's right. Don't tell me he doesn't remember me. I think he's just always in his own time and space and world. I think he's always just very, closed in. Will Ellen be found guilty? We're doing everything we can to prevent that. That's why we're here investigating. Will you please tell us what you know? Sorin? All right, fine. What was that pause all about? He's been pausing 1,000,001 times, in fairness, though. The cover-up. We need to understand his perspective on this. We know that what Pierce said, but I want to hear from him what he felt about this. It was you who gave the order for that large-scale cover-up plan, isn't that right? What large-scale cover-up? You don't know about it? Don't play dumb with us. You held 2 wedding receptions in order to try and cover up Miss Gloomsbury's murder. Ellen thought that through the power of the timekeeper you built. Oh, sorry. Ellen thought that through the power of the timekeeper you built. She traveled back in time. Ah, so that's why there were 2 receptions. Wait. Sorin didn't know? Wait, so he didn't orchestrate it. Does he seriously not know why the reception hall was held twice? Looks like I'll have to delve deeper here. Wait. So maybe Pierce is just using his name as like a way to cover it up? So the cover-up scheme, that fake trip through time, you're not the one who's behind it all? That's a huge thing then. If we can get him to testify to that, that's huge. But then they could say he's lying. Pierce Nicody stated in court that you were the one who ordered it to be carried out. Pierce said that? I see. I leave him in charge of everything around me. So whatever he decides is in essence my decision too. That is twisted words though. Because that can get so dangerous, Sorin. Because what if all of a sudden he goes, I want to, I'm going to kill someone. I'm going to blow something up. Like, then that will be your decision too, you know? So take it you didn't know anything about the cover-up, then that's not his decision. That, like, I totally get this idea of like, if that holds up in court, the idea that like any decision I make he makes is my decision, I'm gonna throw something at the judge. That's not your decision, buddy. It's not. I don't mean to call him buddy because that sounds like I'm being patronizing because he went through stuff. You guys know I call buddy. I call everyone buddy. That's not your decision. You didn't decide that. That's none of your business. Sorin, we need help. We definitely need help to get Ellen found innocent. But you were in 2 wedding receptions in a row, and still you claim to know nothing? I have nothing more to say to you. Please leave. But Sorin. Man, it's hard to get because again, we know that he's gone through a lot. We know his world has been shattered around him several times, so it's not one of those things that's going to be easy to get something out of him. Oh, there's something written on the paper airplane. Let's see. Go away. Honestly, like, this type of communication method is very creative for like his character 110%. It doesn't get clearer than that, huh? He's looking especially uncooperative, but maybe I can grab his attention somehow? There's still that one piece of evidence I don't know much about. It's worth a try. Maybe there's the timepiece? Maybe. This thing here? The timekeeper? What are you showing me that for? Mr. Sprocket. I can't read him at all. Not even an item loaded with sentiment like as this. So maybe not this then? Maybe this? What are you showing me that for? The same thing as before? So it's not even this. So it's what else can we show him then? We wouldn't show him his sister, would we? Would we show him this maybe? This? No, he's different animation, everything. Does this bring anything to mind? I thought maybe he'd be interested in the time travel aspect. Even a small vague detail will do. This guy really doesn't want to talk, does he? What could we present to him then if not that? I mean, we could try everything, but we said the one item. Maybe we go, hey, this is your wife, buddy. No. Okay, I don't know, so I might just go through everything I can. From the top. I might just be being silly here, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it's... do you think it actually is showing him a picture of his sister? I wonder, it's not this. I'll show that to him last. Maybe it's the candelabra even. This is crazy. I think it might be the picture of his sister. Because the phrasing was... It might be the candelabra, but the phrasing was... Oh, we're way too far away from it now. Yeah, we're way too far away from it now. Yeah, we gotta... Okay, so let's just keep presenting stuff. I might have missed the actual phrasing of what we can say here. Oh, okay. It is the candelabra. Okay. That's... Oh, wait. He's like tapping the pen really fast with this. Oh my god, all the lead's coming out of it. So he definitely recognizes this. Sorin, what is it? Nothing. Oh, it's clearly something. Why did this whole demeanor change all of a sudden? So this is more important than we could ever even imagine. Well, we already thought it would be if there's blood in it, but like now, he's gone pale as a ghost too. Thud? Wait, did he pass out? Nick, look at his stomach. He's... What? Somebody else, Sorin's collapsed. His stomach is bleeding? Master Sorin, get him to the hospital quickly. What the hell just happened? Did he already have a wound? Poor Sorin, that must be one serious wound. Do you think someone stabbed him with a freaking candelabra then? What is it, Nick? Well, when I showed him the candelabra, his whole demeanor changed. Yeah, he must have been stabbed with the candelabra. So I was just thinking that maybe his injury is... What's this? It's Sorin's notebook. He must have dropped it in a rush to get into the hospital. Oh, his notebook, huh? I wonder what's written in it, don't you? Come on, you know you want to take a peek. Sorin's notebook. What do you want to do? I'm sure they'll make us look anyway. I really don't think we should. But it might have some really important information in it. That's quite possible. It's still... Well, I guess it is for Ellen's sake at the end of the day. Yeah, but at least we said no the first time. Not that Maya's bad. Maya's correct. Maya's 100% correct. If we want to win this, we probably will have to. I feel guilty snooping in around somebody's personal notebook, but maybe we should take a little look-see. Whoa, it's filled with big words written in tiny letters. I guess he uses his notebook to write down his invention ideas? Huh? What is it? Did you find something? After March 8th of last year, the content of his notebook changes dramatically. Like how? Well, ever since that date, Sorin's been writing down every detail of his life, as in every... Maybe he decided to start keeping a diary? But this way is too detailed for an ordinary diary. Either he's really compulsive, or maybe he's just plain forgetful. But is this really as simple as that? I feel like something happened on March 8th that made Sorin change. But why don't you let me take a look at that and I'll tell you. Hey, Maya, let go or we'll rip it. Wait, did something happen? Now look at you, you dropped it. You should just let me take a look, tell him, honestly. How's this my fault? Oh no, Nick. It fell into the pool of Sorin's blood? I can't read a thing of these 2 pages now. You're gonna get it now. I guess it really is my fault after all. Let's just put it away and be careful for now. We can't let anything else happen to it, you hear? Sorin notebook added to the court record. This is one of those times where you can just be honest and say you read it, or like literally like, it makes sense that it would fall into his blood, but still. So something happened on March 8th that made him start detailing every aspect of his life. Hey look, there's something sticking out of the notebook. Ah, the crash of his, with the sister. It looks like a newspaper article. Let's see. It's about the car accident Sorin's sister died in. It happened on March 8th. That's the day Sorin's notebook completely changed. Wow. What else does it say? It says the driver at the time of the accident was Dumas Glunz. Oh. It says Sorin was in the car too and that he had sustained severe injuries. It's just like Pierce said. Sorin completely changed after the accident. So this all happened on March 8th. Newspaper article added to the court record. So this is what changed everything. He started detailing every aspect of his life. But Dumas Gloomsbury was also driving the car too. So something about this, and obviously like it was a big traumatic incident, but to make you document every aspect of your life, that to me sounds like you're trying to make sure like, to me it seems like if anything happens to me, I'm have it documented, everything I've done that day. You know what I mean? So everything is crystal clear. They say to, like in cases where, like for example, if you feel like your boss or something is not doing their job properly when they're ordering you around, they will tell you, like people will tell you, hey, document everything. Document absolutely everything you do. So you have a full documentation of like, hey, this is what I did this day. This is what I did this day, you know? So maybe, I don't know. So Gloomsbury was driving the car when they got into the accident. That opens up a distinct possibility of Sorin holding a grudge against Gloomsbury. Interesting. I wasn't even thinking of this, but that could be a motive, 100%. You think Sorin could have... I don't know, it's not like I have any proof. Yeah, we have nothing. We should talk to Pierce about this when we return to Sorin's notebook to him. Though he doesn't seem to be here right now. Maybe he's at the Flying Chapel. Yeah, we're going to end the episode here, but that does open up a whole new emotional and, well, I was going to say emotional wound, but a literal wound as well. It's a whole bigger deal. It's a whole much bigger deal now. Because obviously it was already like a very emotional story because you have what happened to Sorin is not good. It's not nice. And it's something that has obviously like been on his mind forever, as it would be. Like you're watching your sister die, you survive and you take over her position in the company. It's and then now someone else dies at your wedding reception. Like it's a whirlwind of time here, and a whirlwind time for Sorin 110%. The whole thing of documenting himself, this is what he's been doing. He's been documenting every single thing that's happened since March 8th. To me, that screams, personally, when I think of that screams the idea of someone trying to make sure that, like, no matter what happens, everything I've done on a day-to-day is there. So there's something in my head, and it's just in my head. I wonder if after his sister died, he had this mentality of, well, like if it was, and they're saying he has a grudge against him, like what if like he sees in some way that it could be intentional, right? And he's documented everything in this thing here. But then why would Gloomsbury, if they tried to, the only thing that pokes a hole in that theory of mine is why would Gloomsbury go after Ellen and not go after Sorin? You know what I mean? That doesn't make any sense. Why would they make Sorin the head of the company, not just try to get rid of him then right afterwards, if that's the case? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It does that's the way you would poke a hole in it there as well. But here's the thing as well. Like it's one of those situations where you could explain it by saying that like whenever traumatic things happen, people gain new like things in their life, traumas. I think even like compulsions can, cause like people getting like compulsions, and I don't want to speak on OCD. That's why I'm just trying to say the symptoms of something like a compulsion to do something. But I even heard, and maybe if I'm wrong, please correct me. I don't want to be insensitive. But there is like a thing where like people can actually be lonely for a long time, and they start doing like that thing where they go, I have to walk around this pillar 3 times, right? Tina Fey said that she was overworked so much during her time on Saturday Night Live that she started to do that stuff. This sketch I'm writing will be horrible if I don't skip 3 times before I get to my office. I think we've all there's to some extent everyone has that thing in their heads like at one point in their life, right, where they go like, I gotta like if I beat my brother home first, you know, blah, blah, all this stuff, you know, like in that type of thing. But that's obviously different from like an actual like compulsion. And I think that you could say that like after the trauma that's happened, maybe something developed where he felt like he had to do this. Maybe it's something that brings him comfort, you know, maybe something that keeps him grounded and keeps him centered. Maybe. And maybe all the time that he's really like doing all his research, he's documenting everything he's doing all the time. But it obviously is, there's a reason they brought it up for a reason. And now we know that at some point he had a wound. And it's just too coincidental that he saw the candelabra. It's not even coincidental. It's just like literally just like plain as day to me. He saw the candelabra. he fainted and his wound opened up. His wound has to somehow relate to the candelabra, which means that if it was Gloomsbury who had his fingerprints on it, right? It was no, sorry, let me see here. That means if it was let's say it here. Yeah, Gloomsbury, who had this candelabra, that means maybe he was, if he stabbed Sorin that day too, was he trying to get rid of both of them? Was there a thing where he was trying to get rid of both Sorin and Ellen in the same night? Tragic thing happens where the couple dies or whatever. And if that's the case, and if he was trying to kill Ellen and he was trying to kill Sorin, then what's to stop him? Or what's to stop our mentality of thinking he also intended to kill Selena? But a car crash is a dangerous thing to fake, by the way, to kill someone in, because that means you would die too, basically, if you're not careful. I don't know, you'd have to be a master at doing something to be able to prevent that. I don't know, it opens up a whole new bunch of possibilities, but now it makes Sorin also to me, in my view, there's an attempted murder here on Sorin, in my opinion. I'm thinking we're going to find out that this blood is Sorin's. Right? That's what I'm thinking. That's my thought process on this. But it's a terrifying thing that he's going through. Yeah, especially since this is such a traumatic thing to even go through as well. We know that Ellen is still has high hopes in Sorin and believes that he is somewhat squeaky clean in this whole situation. She doesn't want him to be bothered, at least in that sense too. We discovered the elevator here goes directly up to the Vista deck as well, which is interesting. Is going to be one of those things where maybe the proximity matters in the trial as well. They're putting this back together at some point, which is this thing back together, Broken Lantern back together, which I wonder how that's going to help us. And yeah, we also have a situation where Sorin clearly doesn't want to talk about this, and it's clearly he's been shut off from a lot of this stuff here, and he didn't know that there was a second reception for that reason. He just knew there was a second reception but didn't know why. And that to me is a dangerous thing, by the way. The one of the most dangerous things that's going to happen in this trial, in my opinion, is the idea of whatever decision he makes is my decision. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It actually frustrates me a little bit, because I know we're going to have a little bit of a, maybe we will, I don't know, but I know it's going to be very difficult to hear that in a court case. When we hear a character, when we hear a character be when the judge goes, okay, do you stand by this decision or something? And then he's like, yeah, I do, because he made the decision for me. But to make a second reception, trick your wife and not tell you what you're doing, and then say in court that he made that decision, to me, it's clear as day. Pierce lied, but because Sorin is saying, well, whatever decision he makes is my decision, that's probably going to add some complications to this. I don't know what. I know our judge will probably be like, well, that makes sense to me. But then again, our judge is the type of judge that would you could be it could be a case of so someone stabs someone on the stairs and that's the murder case. And the judge, if you say all of a sudden actually, judge, I think it was a stepladder, our judge would be like, that makes sense to me. It's hard. It's really hard. It's hard to know how they will come back up, but we do know the facts of this case now are that we have more evidence. That's a good thing, at the very least. We have Sorin's bleeding belly, the poor chap. We have the candelabra covered in blood with Gloomsbury's fingerprints on it. We have Gloomsbury driving the car that killed Sorin's sister. We have Sorin being afraid of the candelabra. We have Sorin not organizing the actual second reception, but it was actually Pierce, but he supports Pierce's decisions in that sense as well. And we know that there was blood on the elevator deck as well. There's so much evidence that was put into place here, and we're just going to have to try and piece it together for ourselves as we're going forward as well, guys. I think that my theories right now are a little bit shaky, because obviously I think that the Gloomsbury trying to assassinate both Ellen and Sorin makes sense now, but it's an Ace Attorney game. As you guys know, I could be like, oh, I think that's what's going to happen. And then all of a sudden, we find out the killer is, someone from the previous game. Not because it wouldn't make sense, but because they usually do make it make sense. But you never know who the actual killer could be. Because I remember, we've been shocked before, and we could be shocked again. On the base level of everything, guys, I just want Sorin and Ellen to be better. I think that whatever situation they've got themselves into, is not good. It's not good whatsoever. I'm glad Sorin didn't organize that because that means I can believe in true love again. But he needs to really like, and again, I know I think it's very, I don't mean to sound horrible because when someone's like going through trauma, like just me saying like, he needs to like do this for Ellen is very difficult because someone who's going through a lot of trauma probably isn't thinking that way. They're not thinking, oh, I have to do this for another person. They're thinking, this is difficult. And their mind's clouded. They're probably not even thinking about like straight, right? They're not thinking straight. So like, it's like, I can say to him like, hey, do this for Ellen. And he's probably thinking to himself like, how will this help Ellen? Or trying to still, and how do I say it? Even if like if you think it will benefit someone, when you're going through trauma, I imagine there is like a lot of situations where like you are still closing yourself in from the world. You're blocking yourself off. So it's hard to get past that wall. So even if like that breaking down the wall, and in the back of your mind, if as soon as I set down this wall and I knock down this wall and I go over there and help Ellen, I'll feel better and this world will be better and everything will be better and we can do something about this. There's still that wall and it's hard to get past. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, come on, do it, buddy, when we know that he's gone through a hell of a lot. But guys, if you want to see these videos early, before we go, I should say that like this video, as I said, this is going really, really well in terms of like writing and pacing. I really like the new characters. I've grown attached to everybody already. It's actually been really well done so far. I think they've done a really good job, as I said, with this isolated case. They really have. And I really just like that it's high stakes for the characters involved, really. And we've grown attached to the characters, as you said, but I also think at the same time too, there's also a feeling of like, I don't know, it's always horrible to say. There's a feeling of fun. We're with Maya, as I said. There's a feeling of fun. I like going around Maya and doing this stuff too. It's a blast from the past. If you guys want to see these videos early, you can do so on YouTube members and on Patreon for the lowest tier at €1 or whatever that is in your currency. The example I would give is that this video came out on Friday, whereas the public video that you're watching right now came out on Monday. And that is for the entire month is €1 or whatever it is in your currency. And the join button is down below for YouTube members right below the video screen, and Patreon is in the description below. If you want your name in the credits that's going by right now, that is the €10 tier or whatever that is in your currency, and you get your name in every single video that I make on the channel. And also, if you want your name read out verbally as a shout out, that will be the €15 tier, which is the highest tier on my Patreon and YouTube members. And you can check that out in the same links for each tier. And I will say thank you so much to the highest tier on YouTube members and on Patreon for being so cool and being so awesome. And here is the shout out for that tier. First, the patrons, which is Typharo2, Jamie Bull, Johnny the Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, Yuled, Anusta, The Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Leon, High Kasperian, Jerebianum, Neo Sharite, Leo 200, Malcolm Kunde, and the YouTube members of the highest tier, that is Royal Gamer 7, Blasco, and Lucinagi. See you guys soon. Bye bye.